Welcome to module number 4, Strategies for Scale. We're here with a Pilothouse lead media buyer to discuss this exact topic. Could you just tell us why this particular module is so essential to the entire Pilothouse system?
Fundamentally, this is basically just how you're going to learn to scale. Like, this is what's going to take your campaigns from, step 1 to step 3. So this is a big part of it.
So what exactly are people going to learn in this module?
Basically, people are going to learn the strategies that we use on a daily basis to scale our campaigns, from that first stage to the next.
So in the previous units, people will have, established their winning creatives, established their winning audiences. Just go a little bit deeper. Once you have these things, what are you putting in place in order to really scale campaigns?
Yeah, so we basically break it down into multiple steps and strategies to scale your campaigns, from vertical scaling, horizontal scaling, the different features on Facebook that you can use and leverage to, scale your campaigns from, maybe 50 grand spend a month to $1 million spend a month.
What are some examples that we've examples where we've used this particular method, and what are some of the results that we've seen in terms of scaling?
Yeah, we've, over the years, we've taken some brands from honestly doing, $50,000 a month on their Shopify stores to now doing well over $1 million a month. Other brands where, we've taken them from spending maybe 100 grand a month to spending well over $1 million a month. So we've definitely got some testament to it.
And how much of what you're going to be teaching has literally, that you have developed from spending all this? Are these all a lot of your methods particularly?
I would say it's a combination of my own and then the rest of the team as well. We're always collaborating, sharing ideas across the team. And so there's a lot from a lot of different people in this. It's not just one person's ideas, which I think is so key.
Nice. And then, if you're speaking to the media buyers in the audience thinking about taking this course, what are some of the pain points you think they experience that this module might help alleviate?
I think a lot of people get to a stage where they're comfortable with their campaign management style, and they're learning how to test, and they have campaigns, and maybe they're profitable and they're doing decent, but they just don't know how to take it to the next level. There's a lot of barriers that you start to hit when you try and scale on Facebook, and I think a big part of that is most people think, okay, I'll just push budgets up. If something's working, I'll just scale it. But there's a lot more to it than that, and so we kind of uncover a lot of the strategies that we use to get around those barriers and let you guys kind of push past those spend limits that you tend to hit when you're trying to scale.
Let's talk a little bit about iOS 14.5. This is something on the mind of every media buyer out there. What do you think that's in this unit that sort of helps people alleviate the worries of iOS 14.5?
Yeah, it's a big one and a lot to unpack. I think we try to dive into it as best we can and kind of explain the methods that we're using to not only optimize and scale on platform, but bring in tools, outside of Facebook that allow us to see the data more clearly and kind of continue on the path that we were prior to iOS. So we really want to try and dive in deep and not just give you guys an understanding of on platform what we've been doing over the past couple of years, but actually how things have shifted over the past few months and, what to do to get past that.
We look at this course as a journey. We want people to come in and be able to kind of go through all the modules. What is someone who takes module 4 going to feel like after?
I think they're going to feel a lot more confident in pushing budgets up. You become timid when you've got that baseline of solid campaigns and maybe you're running profitably, and you start to scale and you start to see decreased margins and your costs rising. It's very tough to get past that, and it takes a toll, and it definitely lessens your confidence. So I think they're going to come out of this with a lot more confidence in how to scale past those barriers, just using these strategies that we're going to outline.
I love that, and I think confidence in scaling is really what we're trying to achieve here. I think when you're spending your money and you've got these big budgets, we know that we've lost some data with the iOS 14.5. So retaining that ability to spend into lack of clarity appears to be one of the most important things that people get out of this.
Totally, yeah, and ideally, getting a little bit more clarity into that data as well.
Nice. People in the audience, maybe they've taken a lot of courses before. What do you think is going to be different about your module in this course than maybe other ways people have learned Facebook ads?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is probably that I'm actually going to be kind of running you guys through exactly what I do on a daily basis, not only, in a slideshow or anything like that. I'm actually going to show you some Facebook ad accounts that I'm currently running, kind of break down what it is that I'm doing on a daily basis, how I'm managing these campaigns, how I'm scaling them, and all those strategies kind of in motion while I'm doing it.
as we always say, show, don't tell. And I
Exactly.
think that's what this course aims to do.
Yeah.
And then finally, one of the most important pieces of scaling is obviously your creative, and the kind of creative that we're finding the most success with right now is often influencer creative. Can you talk a little bit about how important influencer marketing is in the process of scale?
Totally, yeah. It's definitely not even just influencer creative either. There's a lot more to it. Dark posting, whitelisting, influencer collabs, all that kind of stuff. And so to me, it's very important because a few of the brands I work with have very big influencer programs, and we leverage that in our paid efforts as well. To the point where we've got some brands spending 50% of their total marketing budgets or more on influencer collabs and influencer dark posting, influencer paid media. So there's a lot there, and it's definitely crucial to a lot of the brands we work with.
Who can these methods work for specifically in the audience?
Honestly, everybody. We'll kind of take you guys through, if you've got limited budgets or you've got massive budgets, take you through kind of the different types of influencers you want to use, the different strategies to go with for those budgets and those sizes of influencers. So I think there's definitely something for everybody in there.
Cool.